أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع قصة نجاح حدثنا منذ 2010 السيدة أمنويل المديرة التنفيذية والمؤسسة لشركة كومتوار 102 في إمارات دبي. Good afternoon. It is our pleasure to visit you in this amazing house, which I cannot call museum, restaurant, small community. It's really a lovely thing. Let us know more about Emmanuel. How you come to in 2010 and how it was for you the first.
Thank you very much and welcome.
Our pleasure.
It's my pleasure to have you here. I did move here in 2010. I was before that, I'm French, but I was living in New York, so I was in between Paris and New York, and then I had to move here because my husband had a job in Dubai. So I moved here along with my 3 children. And when I came here, my husband was working a lot. My kids were going to school. I didn't have many friends, and I just thought that I had to find something to do during the day because I just could not wait all day, you know, until my kids would be out of school. So I just thought that I searched for an idea that would bring something to the city, something that for me was new that I couldn't find. I came up with this idea of what we call a concept store, which would put under one roof everything that I thought was missing. And that is, a bit of fashion, a bit of jewelry, a beauty corner, some art, some design, a restaurant, very healthy restaurants. I think we were the first healthy restaurant, one of the first healthy restaurants of the region, because all that is a bit of my passion also. I said, why not try to put it all together in an old villa in Jumeirah, and see who comes. And this is how I came up with the idea.
When you start to have the idea and you start to plan to make it reality, I'm sure you got some advices from some friends or some, we can say, people who are sharing our story daily. Let us to know what they say for you or what they advise you that time.
Yeah, I did many. Some were good advices and some were less good, and sometimes you learn that
not everything
you cannot listen to every advice, and you really need to listen to yourself. I think it's really important, and go with your gut, because of course there was a risks, because this kind of concept was not existing in Dubai, and a lot of people told me, well, listen, the brands that you're going to bring to Dubai, they're not going to be, of any interest for this part of the world, and this kind of cuisine that you're doing, which is like super healthy and organic and no soda and no sugar. It's not going to work here. People are not going to come, so try to change your concept. And how could you have under one roof so many, different items, fashion, jewelry, beauty? So a lot of people really told me it's going to be very complicated to launch here. But I guess this is who I am, I just trusted myself and
you do it.
Yeah.
You take we can say the chance, and we start our company. How it was when you established the concept, and also what difficulties you find that time to establish this business?
It was very complicated back in the time. I remember that, one of the first little hiccup that I had was when I came to Dubai for the first time, you know, with my 3 kids. I was at the custom and I was about to enter the country, and they took my passport and they put a stamp on it saying housewife, not allowed to work. And for me, this was a real shock, because it's not like that in France, you know. You work if you want to work, or in the US, you work if you want to work. And I was shocked, and I said, but what am I going to be able to do then? So I had to get a letter from my husband saying I authorize my wife to work, and so that was the first little hiccup, but then it was sorted out. And then I had to set up the concept, and I had to set up the license for this concept, right? And I was always going to explain to municipality the concept that I was, you know, trying to create, and that I needed that license to operate it. But they were looking at me saying, I don't understand, what do you want to do? Do you want to sell food, or do you want to sell clothes? Go home, do your homework. This doesn't work. You cannot put everything together because we don't have a license for everything, you know? So I had to go back and explain again and explain again. And at the end, we managed, but it wasn't that easy. The good thing is in Dubai, when you know, the setup was complicated, really.
But they will find for you a solution.
But they always find a solution. And when you start something, you really have the support of people here, which is amazing. It's really fantastic. Yeah.
I'm happy for your experience. Emmanuel, let us know more about what you are providing here, from the food and from different sections on this concept.
Yeah. So the restaurant, which is approximately half of the concept, is a very healthy restaurant, as I said. We try as much as we can to work with local farms. Everything that we serve, absolutely everything, is organic. This is very important to us, and everything is homemade. And we try to avoid, you know, using any kind of products that would not be healthy or good for you, which means, for example, that we wouldn't have any soda on the menu. There's no sugar in the kitchen, it's forbidden. We do our own almond milk every morning, so in your coffee you would also have almond milk. We work a lot with superfood that we add in all our recipes. So I think it's really, you know, trying to serve food as it should be, and taking the time that it needs to, you know, to have a proper plate. And this is really something that has been very important from the beginning at Comptoir. And we won many awards for the best healthy restaurant in the country, so we were really proud of that. So that's the restaurant side, I would say. And then you have, we bring fashion, you know, with brands that were not in Dubai at the time, that are kind of also a bit chic but cool, and trying to have a selection of brands that are, you know, have this very laid-back style, a little rock and roll, but chic. So that's the brands that we have, and you know, we have small selection, but of very well curated brands. Then we have the jewelry section as well, with a lot of designers from Paris, from the US, I mean different countries. And then we have there the beauty corner, which was I would say the last thing that we opened at Comptoir, with again very, very clean brand, because we believe also that what you put on your skin is as important that what you put in your body. So it kind of, you know, go all together. So I would say that, and of course there's also the design and the home decor. So it really became, I would say, a lifestyle destination. When you come here just for a lunch, then you know you could spend the day here pretty much. And you can avoid going to malls if you don't like malls, because you would find everything in that place. So that was a bit the idea of trying to cover everything that you would need for yourself, for your house, for your food, skin, whatever.
We need a strong team and creative and active, and I think this is one of the challenges also, to find the right people who will add to our business. Let us know the first from the kitchen, as a hospitality, how you select your team there, and till we can say to the sales people who are working on furniture sites, or we can say the cosmetics part.
Well, I think that once you've done that in France, here it's extremely easy, like extremely easy, because you find amazing people here that are super happy to work. And I have an amazing team, and I would say that the people that work with me have been, most of them, working with me from the beginning. A lot of people have been here, and they started in 2012 when I opened. I think it's here, it's really this kind of family thing. It's a small company, it's 40 of us working very closely to each other, and I think people are really happy to work here, and you know, and then, I mean, when people are happy, it's like automatic. You know, they support the place that they work with. It's very passionate people. So the way that I select people here in the kitchen now, I don't select them anymore because the chef would do that, you know. But I remember that at the very beginning when I had to pick up some, you know, people and chefs, nobody had any idea of this kind of very, you know, plant-based food, and how to do your own animal milk, and how to use no dairies, and how to use no sugar. So I had to train them, and now they know, you know.
I'm happy for that, but
yeah.
Let us talk in some challenge. Seriously, what's happened with me also one time. The chef always, how you make balance between the chef and their stuff, with the shop also timing, we can say marketing also we need. What is the biggest challenge you face it here, and it's keep memory on you?
I'm sorry, it's really hard for me to answer your question because I don't have that many challenges with the staff. As I
I'm
said,
happy with that.
I could answer that question if we were in Paris.
Yeah.
But here, things are extremely smooth. So the only challenges that I have is sometimes some people, they need to go back to their country because they've decided that they want to live back to their home country, you know. Or sometimes, okay, there's you know, little fights between them, but there's nothing that is not normal, I would say.
How you manage, how you keep a family, how you keep them close to each other?
I think really they all think that CEComptoir is a bit of their concept as well. It's not only mine,
that is the thing,
you know.
they love what they do.
They love what they do, and it's true that, I mean, I trust them, they trust me, first of all, I think, and I really trust them, you know. And they have their shares of responsibility, and I think it's also their baby, and I would never be here, you know, and if I was alone, I would have never done that.
Support, right?
And they understand, and they know that I really respect their work, and I really, you know, yeah, it just combines all very well.
It's
and
a family,
there's
we
a lot
can
of
say,
yeah, of love and respect, and this is how we work, you know. And I think also, you know, working at CEComptoir is also a nice place, and with, you know, there's no work at night.
Let us know more about the name.
About the name?
Yeah, how you select this
name? The name. So the name in French, comptoir, is a place where you can have a coffee at the bar. You know, comptoir is a kind of a high bar where you just have a little snack, a little, you know, sandwich, a little coffee. That's a comptoir. And 102 is just the number of the villa, because we thought that, you know, CEComptoir was a bit simple. So 102 would just bring something a bit more different. Mm-hmm. But there's not a real story behind the name. At that time I had a business partner, and we had to find a name that we liked both, so it was like a convenience name, I would say. So that's it.
Let us to know also about, we can say, the future plan. After the success of 13 years and the experience of the markets, we have to think also big. What's the plan for the next?
I mean, we would love to. I've always said that I think there should be only one comptoir, 102 per city. I wouldn't see you know, the brand expanding more than that, because for me, again, it's a destination. So there should be only one of a kind in a city. But I would love to develop the brand in some other countries, and we've been approached to do that. So we'll see where this you know, turns up. We also have opened with Al Futtaim family a little pop-up store at Marsa Boulevard for 3-4 months. So that was also nice. And we have just launched our fashion label called Voyage 102. We launched that brand, that fashion label yesterday. So that was also a lot of work because we're designing everything. We are producing everything. Hopefully this also will go well, and we now have our own fashion brand.
Did you try to move more digitally, like online, to have your product there?
Yeah, we have everything online, but as I said again,
The experience of
the
visiting
experience of visiting is really what makes Comptoir different, and I think it's really one of the strengths of Comptoir. Is that we have really repeating customers that we've seen for the past 12 years, and they're still here. I think really always being here behind the people, behind the brand, because we've seen a lot of cool concept opening, and they do well for maybe 2-3 years, and then they go down, and we always wonder why. But I think the commitment of the people behind the brand is very important. So for me, Comptoir is really that. It provides an experience, a feel-good moment. So online is part of our business, but it's not what we do best, I would say.
During that 14 or 13 years of success, was COVID-19, was some difficulties times. How you move to the next? How you forward that?
Well, we struggled like everyone, pretty much. But I think Dubai handled very well this crisis. We did a lot of online. We did a lot of deliveries. We managed the way we could, But it was a very stressful, very very stressful moment because nobody had, any vision on how long it would last and how bad it was going to be. So yeah, it was. I cannot tell you anything else. It was tough. It was hard.
But we learn from that.
But you always learn from that, and I think it also helped us to become better at the digital side of Comptoir.
Right.
So we did create at that time a new website. We also upgraded our system with deliveries and all that. So there's always something to learn, but it wasn't an easy moment, and no fun times, no fun memories.
After 15 years
Yes.
of learning and working and experience in United Arab Emirates, today if you have advice for anyone who are planning to come to this peaceful country and to live and to establish their business or to invest in this peaceful country, what you will advise them?
I would really advise them to come here. First of all, I think it's a beautiful country. It's a very safe country too, and there's not that many safe countries in the world right now. And I also believe that there's a lot of energy that you can feel in this country. When you create something here, you really have people supporting it and behind your back and helping and being interested. And I think there's a lot of things to do still in this country. So I think it's a wonderful place to create a business. For me, it's like a second home. I mean, it's 15 years of my life. And I remember at the very beginning, it was really hard for me to be here. The first year, I think I've spent the first year crying. And I was really, telling my husband, why are we here? Why did you move me from New York? I was very happy in New York. I was very happy in Paris. But I'm so thankful that, life chose to bring me on that path. I would just advise them to, take the chance here and come, really.
Advise again to women who are planning to go out from their home, who are planning to have their own business or experience or knowledge in the market. What would you advise them as an entrepreneur?
I don't think I would advise differently a woman than a man. I think it's. I would advise to really think of something that is not here already. Trying to be maybe like I did. I remember when I was really trying and struggling to find an idea of what to do. Really trying to bring something to the country, something that is a bit different, that is a bit new. And really trust yourself and listen to your gut feelings. I think I mean, it's very safe. Even if you feel it's risky, it's very safe to listen to it and take the chance, you know. We always say, you know, what if I fall? And I always reply, what if you fly? So I think it's very important that you try to bring something different, bring something new, be very authentic also. I think Comptoir is really something that resembles to who I am. You know, if you go to my house, it's going to be the same kind of decor. If you go in my kitchen, I'm going to cook the same way that, you know, it's going to be the same recipes than Comptoir. So everything is a bit of an extension of who I am. And I think people feel that. I think they feel it's very authentic. Of course, there's always marketing, you know, around, but at first, it's really, it's very true. So yeah, stick to that.
Today, if you have a message to anyone who was behind of your success, who was believe on your vision, and who was advised sometime when we have difficulties, can we know these people and what message you would like to say to them?
Thank you, Dad. It's really my father. He was really there always, always. And it wasn't always easy, you know, to make choices. And at one point also my husband had to go back to Paris. And I had to take the decision of, you know, staying here with my kids alone and launching my business, or just going back to Paris with him, you know, in my safe place. And he said, you know, maybe it's your time to have your own business and do your new things. And I thought of that and I decided to stay, although my husband was moving back to Paris. And I think it's, yeah, I'm forever grateful that I did listen to that, and he was really supportive in my decision to stay here alone with my 3 kids and launch my own business. So, and even today he's always here, you know, and making sure that everything is smooth and that everything is under control, and he's my best advice, really.
And for the team, what you will say, who work with you? For the family?
Pretty much the same. I'm very grateful to have them. It's a team of wonderful people, all very different and coming from, you know, all countries, and there's really a mix, which I also love very much. And, you know, as I said, they were with me for the past 10, 12, 14 years. They're family. And when I see the dedication and the passion that they still put after all these years behind Comptoir, sometimes it makes me cry. It's really strong.
Finally, we would like to give a thanks message to our visionary leaders and to our smart government for the easy system which they visit, so for the hospitality, for education, healthcare, all these things which live and keep on us believe on this country.
Yes.
And believe on our visionary
Yes.
leaders who build a smart system which help
Very
everyone
smart.
to come to UAE. Today, what you would like to say to our vision leaders for their vision and to our smart government for their safe and security in this country?
Well, I mean, it's crazy because you see everything is put in place so that it helps the people to live in this country in a way that it's always, you know, easy, safe, fast. Whatever you need, you can reach people, no matter if it's, you know, the weekend, the Sunday, the you know, at night. There's always someone to help and support, and everything is put in place. Really, you really feel you're in a city of service, which is crazy, and it goes very fast too. So I mean, it's very impressive to see that. Not many countries, and this country again is 54 years old only, and it's already, it seems like everything is already in place and is, you know, in advance. So yeah, it's again a real luxury to live in such a easy, I mean, where everything is put in place. It's really rare, I would say.
Big thanks to our vision leaders, and thank you, Emmanuel, for your time to
Thank
be
you
with the
so much.
EMARATI program. It was our pleasure to visit you, and I promise you I will come back again. I wish for you all the best with your team and to succeed more and to be one of the top, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for
قبلة الأحباب وتفخر بها الألقاب دفوة